Hey yo, what's going on with those viewers of the tube? Tyler here of chicocrypto, coming to you not live, not outdoors like I have been doing, but in the studio, which hasn't seen much love lately. So I decided, let's shoot in there. I need to get those army members some video time. So, what's up, everybody? I hope your day is going all right and not up and down like the Bitcoin and crypto markets. Yeah, let's talk about the Bitcoin price to start this episode off with. It's not looking healthy at all. Over the past week, we've been seeing a series of lower highs. Last Thursday, we were at above 42K, and then as of Monday of this week, we were down at 40.5K for the high, lower than last Thursday. And as of today, we got above 39K with the initial morning pump, but now we've settled just below 39K at like 38.7. So Monday, we had great news all around for Bitcoin. Elon Musk announced that he was buying Twitter. That is pretty big for Bitcoin, as all of his companies, SpaceX, Boring Company, and Tesla, they hold Bitcoin on their balance sheets. So Bitcoin, of course, it took off, Monday because of that news, because people are like, well, is he going to put Bitcoin on Twitter's balance sheet? And could he bring back Jack Dorsey? Jack Dorsey, as we know, is going all in on Bitcoin, so there could be some stuff coming with Twitter and Bitcoin, no doubt about it. But also Doge. But that pump didn't last very long, By Tuesday, we started falling and kept falling as of today, So I called for this on Monday. It was even before the news came out. I knew that this week was going to be extremely volatile with some ups and downs, but overall the bears were going to take over. I talked about that in my Monday video. And the volatile week, it's definitely happening. So, what is my urgent warning? Uh-oh, YouTuber wide open mouth face. Tech stocks. Their earnings are coming out this week, the major tech all-stars. Microsoft and Visa just announced today that they outperformed. And of course that caused the initial Dow Jones pump, but then it dumped and now we're getting above a little bit. It's, sluggish. It's not what high earnings from some of these big players should do to the markets. They're still struggling big time. And we still have some more earnings coming out. It's not only Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, and a few others are going to be releasing theirs later this week. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to the markets when these, release. Are we going to, hold where we are? Or are we going to dump a little? Well, I'm having a feeling we may see some initial pumps in the mornings when the earnings are released, but it's not going to sustain. It's going to be like just today. Because the urgent warning is regarding next week. I've been talking about this since last week and maybe even before that. I'm the only one who sees it coming, and now all the other YouTubers are going to jump on the train now that it's coming right around the corner because they're going to start seeing news articles about it. The Fed FOMC meeting, Fed Open Market Committee, where, all the federal governors get together and they decide what they're going to do with the markets. Well, this one is happening Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, May 3rd and 4th. And it's pretty much not guaranteed, but it's pretty much baked in that they are going to raise interest rates by 50 basis points. So Jerome Powell, he basically indicated early this week, or it might have been late last week, I don't know, that the 50 basis point raise was on the table. It was basically, yep, we're going to be doing it. So I know I've talked a little bit about, after this that I may be buying. I'm going to be buying a lot of Bitcoin here but it might not be just after this meeting, because now that I think about it, the bearish trend, it could extend. 11th, just a week after the Fed FOMC meeting, next Wednesday, the CPI inflation data comes out. So, Consumer Price Index and inflation for the month of April. It will come out, and if it comes out higher than what we just had, over 8%, then, the Fed is going to have to raise interest rates even more. But they're in a really, really tight spot. Raising interest rates too high is definitely going to crash the stock market, of course, in the crypto market too. But they don't want to do that. A lot of their buddies are Wall Street boys, so they're in a really tight spot. They've got to tread carefully, but hopefully inflation did peak in April or in March. And April, it has, maybe evened out, because if it comes out evened out, then that's great news. If it comes down lower, even better news. But if it comes out higher again, the bearish trend, it will extend for a little bit longer until the Fed's next FOMC meeting and they decide what they're going to do. So my all-in, it's coming, but I got to see what happens, at this FOMC meeting and then next with the CPI data. But although Bitcoin hasn't looked ever so good fundamentally, the hash rate has just hit a new all-time high. Miners are still mining and deploying new mining machines. And reports are showing that mining electricity consumption fell by 25%. This is all during, increased hash rate, which means more machines. So that must mean these machines are using renewable energies. Regarding renewable energies, New York is passing a bill. It just passed a certain part of their government. They have one more to pass, where it's saying any new miner coming into the state, they have to be on renewable energy. So, who is this good for in the cryptocurrency space? Well, I just talked about him and had an interview with CEO and the founder of the foundation, Ed Hess and Jesse Morris. That's Energy Web, and they said they are focusing on Bitcoin mining, renewable Bitcoin mining, green Bitcoin. This is big for them. But now let's talk a little bit about altcoins. Yes, so chicocrypto, he did it again. The OP, Optimism Airdrop, it is happening. And you can actually check how much you are going to receive from it. Tokens aren't out yet, with the link down below. I'll include it in the description. So I actually called this all the way back in January of 2021. I'm the first to call this out of anyone I know. Anyone. So what does this mean, Well, just one day of Optimism's airdrop news, their TVL, total value locked up in their layer, increased by almost 20%. They're over 600 million right now. And this is probably only going to keep increasing. I mean, of course, it's not going to be 20% next day, but it may be like 10, 12, and then slowly they're going to keep increasing. This is eating into market share of, some of these other, like others, like Arbitrum. Arbitrum has some hints that they are going to be doing an airdrop. The co-founder of Arbitrum, Stephen Goldfeder, tweeted that the main course or the appetizer is served always before the main course. I think he was talking about an airdrop. So it's basic. I've talked about this too. OP does one. It's going to force Arbitrum's hand to do their own. So in my opinion, it's basically guaranteed. And also ZK Sync. Their token, they've said they're launching a token. So in my opinion, they will be doing a partial airdrop as well. So get on those ones too. So what about the OP price? When the token does release, where could it be? What's going to happen? Well, in my opinion, 11 cents is extremely pessimistic. That would put their fully diluted valuation at about 500 million. some of these other roll-ups that have less TVL, like a lot less, have a valuation a lot higher than that. So it's going to definitely be above 11 cents in my opinion. But a fully like ecstatic, whoa, that's amazing TVL or price would be about $4.65. And that would put their fully diluted valuation in the billions, about half of Avalanche's. Now, they don't have as much activity as Avalanche, in my opinion. Not even my opinion, that's true. So that is extremely ecstatic. I think, personally, it's the high of it when it launches probably going to get somewhere around $3. $3 is my opinion, and that's going to be great for the Chico army because you guys should have got the airdrop. I've talked about it on so many occasions. So, yeah, I'm pumped. I hope you're all pumped, and let's hopefully hope for the Bitcoin markets to pump, even though this is an urgent warning that, yeah, we are probably going to have a bearish trend. Cheers, guys. I'll see you next time.